This episode is brought to you by Greenlight. Get this. Adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/Spotify. Greenlight.com/Spotify.
If your roof starts to leak or your floor's really squeaky, you live in a money pit. Money pit.
If your basement needs a pump or your place looks like a dump, you live in a money pit. Money pit. Pick up the telephone.
Fix up your home sweet home by calling 888-MONEY-PIT.
The Money Pit is presented by the Metal Roofing Alliance. Now here's Leslie Segretti.
Coast to coast and floorboards to shingles, this is the Money Pit. I'm Leslie Segretti, joined by my amazing partner, Jim Kenzie. Hello, Jimmy.
Well, hi, right back at you, Leslie. Aw, I'm blushing. Thanks.
I mean, I do mean it. I'm so thankful for your friendship and your partnership.
Well, likewise, Leslie.
You guys, hello. How is July almost over? I mean, this is bananas. Like, seriously?
Yeah.
So many big changes ahead, and the year just seems to be flying. Personally, I'm kind of having like a really hard time. My son's going into his senior year. There's been so many big changes and big discussions, and it kind of makes me miss his dad a lot more than usual these days. And I've been missing Tom because he would give me father-like advice in absence of my own dad and husband. So it was always nice to have all of these people to help me. And Jim, you really do fill that role. So I thank you so much for being my partner here. But you guys, you know, life changes, everything goes on, and that's why the Money Pit will always be here for you to be the constant and help guide you through all of your home improvement adventures. And wow, did that get deep real quick. So let's get our heads into that home improvement game, you guys.
For once, you had me speechless, Leslie. Very kind.
You know, it's like I get sentimental, and the Money Pit means a lot to me, and you all of our listeners mean a tremendous amount to me. So we always want to share lots of great information with you guys, and this hour is no different. Coming up, if you can't get away this summer, no worries. You can bring that vacation to you. We're going to share easy, affordable ways to turn your home into that ultimate staycation spot, from spa vibes in the bathroom to backyard spaces that feel like a resort. Your passport can sit this one out. Also ahead, water usage. It spikes in the summer, and so do leaks, clogs, outdoor faucet problems. So we're going to cover irrigation checks, sump pump tests, you know, searching out those slow leaks, and even offer up some water-saving tips. It's a really smart way to make sure everything's in tip-top shape and get some good savings. And now that we are halfway through summer, is your home still holding up under all of the heat, the humidity, and just the heavy use of summertime with everybody being around a lot more? Coming up, we've got your midsummer maintenance checklist. These quick, proactive projects are going to help you avoid breakdowns, catch hidden issues, and keep your home running smoothly all season long without the panic of a mid-August surprise repair. So give us a call now. You know, I've got my therapy session in. You guys can call us and talk about whatever it is you want. We are here to lend a hand, home improvement and otherwise. So give us a call at 888-MONEY-PIT. Jim, who's first?
All right, Leslie, we're heading out to almost heaven, where we've got Darlene. She's got a roofing question in West Virginia. How can we help out, Darlene?
My husband and I are considering putting a metal roof on our home, and I wanted to know, is it best to go ahead and keep the old shingles on the roof?
You know, you're going to go through the expense of putting on a metal roof, which is an awesome choice, by the way. They are super durable. I mean, it's a real investment, and this roof could last you 50 plus years. So you absolutely don't want to put it over the old asphalt shingles. I mean, there's really no point in having them there at all. And if anything, they could make that metal roof look a little lumpy. So I would absolutely take it right down to the sheathing, and then the roof is installed right there on up. It's absolutely not worth trying to save a few dollars by leaving those shingles there essentially forever.
Okay, because I've known some people, they've been told, oh, yeah, it'll You know, you don't have to worry about throwing them out. You don't have to worry about taking them off and everything. It's just fine. It actually, I've even heard them tell people that it'll add a layer of insulation.
I mean, I would worry because I would want to know that the sheathing is okay. I would want to know that the underlayment is the correct underlayment for my area of the country. Do I have the right ice and water shield? Are any sort of ridge and soffit vents correct? Does anything need repairing? Especially if I'm investing in a metal roof that's going to be there for a lifetime. And anything that's under it, you know, all of those shingles are just going to build up heat and, you know, cause more issues on the interior of the home. So I would just start from scratch. You're going to be better off in the long run.
Plus, it gives you a chance to inspect skylights and that kind of thing.
Yeah. All right. Good luck with that project. It's going to look great. You are going to be so thankful. If you're not familiar with the metal roof, I would say head on over, check out the Metal Roofing Alliance's website. Lots of information there, and you can actually see all of the benefits.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right. Hope that helps you out. And good luck with this roofing project.
All right, Leslie, now we've got Jules on the line who's dealing with some cracked up plaster. What's happening out there, Jules? How can we help you?
Got a old home that has lots of cracks, and wondering if it's best to rip it out or patch it somehow. What your expert opinion was?
Hey, Jules, thanks so much for calling in. You know, old homes, Tom had one, I have one with plaster walls, and it's kind of a pain in the rear end, if you know what I'm saying. I'm finding that, especially in the kids' rooms, anytime I've gone to hang something up and you're putting the correct fastener into the wall to attach whatever type of artwork you're hanging up, you can hear the plaster falling down behind it. And that's when they did the plaster, they would put up the wood and metal lath sort of in the back that was like, almost like fencing, let's say it looked like. And then when they would put the plaster on, it would pour in between the pieces of lath and then sort of, do they call it fingers? Like stick behind it and hold on to that lath. So it was plaster and lath. And that's how they got the beautiful smooth plaster to stick to the walls. And it's a lovely surface. There's such an interesting characteristic to actual plaster. However, as time goes on, movement, settlement, those pieces that kind of curl around the lath start to kind of degrade over time. And eventually, if you get enough movement or if that plaster is just sort of crumbling a bit, it'll start to detach or delaminate, as they say. And when that happens, it could fall from the ceiling, it could fall off of the wall. So if you're dealing with cracks, but the plaster itself seems to be very structurally stable, then we can go ahead and repair the cracks. But if we're dealing with a lot of different issues where it seems like it's falling apart, it's crumbling, it's detaching, you've got a couple of options. I mean, you can bring in a plaster artist, and it truly is an art where they'll remove the crumbling pieces, remix parts of it, and reattach to the wall and create a repaired plaster surface. The other option is they would remove everything that's sort of crumbling and not structural and then put drywall right on top of it. Now, granted, when you're going with that 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch drywall, you're going to lose that much space in the room. Generally not a big deal, but if there's an outlet on the wall or a switch or trimming, you kind of have to bump everything out to now accommodate that extra thickness. So it is an extra step, but you're kind of securing the plaster that's falling apart behind it, plus giving yourself a super smooth, beautiful surface for the room. So it's kind of your call on what to do with it here. I have a 12-year-old who is a very active sleeper and has kicked a hole in his plaster wall right next to his bed. So fun.
Ground him.
No, I'm just at the point where I'm like, can I just put tape over it? And then when he's a little bit bigger, I'll like redo the room.
Or diamond plate on the walls.
Like, it's just a disaster. So plaster's awesome and total great characteristic of a home of that period. However, your call. You can repair it if the cracks are minimal. You can replaster or drywall right on top. All up to you. But all great, totally doable options. All right. It happens to us all. You know, you see a couch, a lamp, a rug online that's just perfect for the room that you are working on. And then you see the price tag and consider your budget. Well, I'm going to let you in on a secret called dupe.com. It is ridiculously easy to use. All you have to do is type dupe.com / before any URL, and it instantly shows you similar products with the same look, but at more affordable pricing options. And these aren't sketchy knockoffs either. Here's the thing. Most people don't realize that a lot of furniture sold online is all produced in the exact same factories as those expensive name brand items. Now, those factories sell to different brands under different names who then list them for different prices. I have seen this all the time. Literally, I just bought a coffee table the other day for $99 using dupe.com that I saw on other websites for like $150, $250. And I kid you not, it was the exact same table. Dupe.com automatically lists these less expensive alternatives. You're going to get the look you want and the price you want. Dupe is one of the most viral shopping hacks on TikTok. Millions of people have already used Dupe to save money, and it's 100% free to use. That $5,000 cloud sofa that you just don't think you can justify, that beautiful mid-century dresser you've had bookmarked forever, Dupe is going to find a similar item, sometimes even the same item, for 60, 70, even 80% off. With Dupe.com, you can finally decorate the house of your dreams without going broke. Go to Dupe.com today and find similar products for less. It's 100% free to use, so stop wasting money on brand names and start saving with Dupe.com today. That's DUPE.com. Check it out today. Hey, you want to support our podcast and help us grow? Well, go ahead and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, and we'll be forever grateful. Plus, you'll be helping other homeowners discover our show. Just go to moneypit.com/review. Well, summer brings out all the craziness at home, and I feel like if something's going to break, well, now's the time. We just had to replace our ice maker, of course, during like the heat wave a few weeks ago. So here are some tips to help your fridge keep its cool. Now, your fridge works extra hard in the summer between the heat and all of those cold drinks. It is running nonstop. So you want to help it out by vacuuming the condenser coils. Some fridges have it behind, some are underneath. That's going to help keep that airflow strong and keep that energy usage down. You want to make sure it's not totally pushed up against a wall. You need to leave a couple of inches for ventilation. And you also want to check the door seal. You can close a dollar bill in the door. Close it in there. If it slides out easily, it's a super simple task to replace that gasket. A couple of quick fixes can actually extend the life of your fridge and cut those cooling costs. And Jim, I have to tell you, the ice maker breaks, and I've had this fridge freezer for, 5-6 years. I got it either right at the beginning of COVID or right before. And it's in this little nook in the kitchen, and I have a very small home. And I was not there. I was at work at Good Morning America when the refrigerator was installed. So I did not see that it kind of had to be slid into the spot and then pushed into that little nook. And so the gentleman comes to repair the ice maker because I've done everything I can do. And he pulls it out and he's like, "How do you suggest we unplug this refrigerator?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I wasn't here." He's like, "Well, you built this counter after it was in." And I was like, No, it was there. It's been there for 20 something years. And he's like, so my guess is," I was like, "I will climb over the top of it." So here's this huge guy. He was probably like 6'7", the guy who came to fix it. Right. And me, we pull it out as much as we can. I climb up on that little counter. I climb up on top of the refrigerator. He hands me a little stepladder. I slip it down the backside. I climb down the backside. I unplug it. We push the fridge out of the way, and I go, "I'll just stand back here until you're done."
Some visual, thank you.
I was like, "Are you kidding me?" The guy's like, "I am not doing that." I'm like, "Quite frankly, sir, I don't think you can fit." He was so tall. Yeah. Like, I barely fit between the ceiling and the top of the fridge to slide over. It was ridiculous. It was hilarious.
Yeah, and you're what, 4'2", maybe?
I'm 5'6", sir. But it was ridiculous. So things are going to break, you guys. But at least now we have ice for everything.
There you go. It was worth it, right?
Yeah. Just make sure, folks, when it's time to repair your fridge, you are in fridge climbing shape.
I'm not sure what's going on here, Leslie. Sharon's got a sump pump question, and it says, "Sharon, sump pump, oh."
That says Ohio, Jim.
Oh, okay, yeah. Not too bright.
Stop. That's, we'll help her. What's going on, Sharon?
We have an issue with our furnace. It seems to be pulling sewer gas from our sump pump because that's where it drains into, and we can't figure out how to solve the issue. Temporary solution is to pour water in the sump pump. But then about 3 or 4 days later, we turn the furnace on and it draws the sewage gas air again.
All right. Well, let's think about this. So we're talking about water from the furnace is being drained into the sump pump. Are you talking about like a condensate line from like the air conditioning?
Yes.
All right. Well, is there a return duct in the basement area where this is, or the room where this is? Or do you think it's coming in through the drain pipe?
We think it's coming in from the sump pump, and it's a wintertime issue because it happens when we turn the furnace on.
Well, if you think it's because it's reversing, meaning it's pulling whatever soil gas is causing this unpleasant odor, if you think it's coming because of the drain line, there's a really simple solution. It could just be that you don't have a trap. In a drain line, there has to be a P-trap or a kind of a U-trap that you see under a bathroom sink, and that's there, the trap, so that when these gases come in, there's some water sitting in that sort of bend of that trap. The gases come in, hit that water, and then get stuck in it. You may have a trap that's dried out. You may not have a trap at all. I mean, it's not always built into the system. It depends on the installer. So I would go take a look. If you don't see a P-trap, it just doesn't have one. And that could be what's causing it. And it's definitely something that you want to fix because it's stinky. Those gases could build up and make you feel sick. And it's just a super easy fix to something that doesn't have to be an issue. All right, Sharon, thanks so much for calling us at 888-MONEY-PIT. Well, if you're skipping the airport and staying home this summer, that doesn't mean you have to miss out on a relaxing getaway. With just a few simple upgrades, you can turn your home into your own personal resort. No flight delays or sunscreen mishaps. So let's start with the bedroom. Now, let's think about how a hotel room feels. It's got crisp sheets, clutter-free nightstands, soft lighting. You can create that with breathable cotton or linen bedding, some new pillows, a small bedside carafe, a lovely reading light. You can even diffuse essential oils like lavender or eucalyptus before bed, and that's really going to dial in those chill vibes, just like a hotel. I don't think I can empty my nightstand of all the ridiculous amount of things I keep nearby, but I'm going to try. I will do as I say, not as I do. Now, in your bathroom, the easiest place to fake a day spa here, guys. You want to swap out your regular towels for like really oversized, lovely plush ones. You can add a few candles. You can put your bath products on a tray to give you kind of that boutique feel. Even adding like a eucalyptus bundle to the shower head. I know it seems silly, but it adds a wonderful fresh scent every time you take a shower. Bamboo bath mat. All of this kind of instantly elevates the experience. Bonus points if you throw on a face mask and pretend no one is knocking at the door. I have one bathroom. Somebody is always knocking at the door. All right. Outside, let's talk about your backyard oasis. You don't need a pool to relax, although it's lovely. You don't need one. You just kind of have to define that space. So it could be a couple of comfy chairs, a shade sail or an umbrella, string lights for that instant ambiance, a small table, a candle, kind of complete the scene. A hammock, a portable fire pit, even better. And don't forget sound and scent. Those really do help kind of create the whole scene. So play some soft background music, bring out a Bluetooth speaker, maybe brew some iced herbal tea or slice up some citrus for a refreshing drink. So you feel like you're really on a vacation. And the key to a great staycation is setting the intention. This is time for you to unwind, unplug, enjoy your space. A few thoughtful touches can make all of the difference, and you will never have to pack a bag. I mean, I feel more relaxed already, right? Jim, get those cucumbers off your eyes. Let's get back to the phones.
Well, next up, we've got Bill in Illinois, Leslie. He's got a question about his bathtub. What's going on, Bill?
Yeah, I have it's a 28-year-old shower tub, and I'm not sure if it's ceramic or fiberglass, and I have a couple of cracks in it.
Yeah, Bill, I mean, I don't think there's an easy fix for a crack in a tub that's physically cracked. I mean, you can repair a shower pan, for example, with a fiberglass repair kit, where you're basically applying a rosin and then mixing a fiberglass into the mix and then putting multiple layers of rosin on top of it. So it doesn't generally look the best in the process, but it's great for an emergency basis, like if you've got a crack in a shower pan, in a rental or something.
A bachelor pad.
Bachelor pad, because it doesn't matter what it looks like.
Exactly.
Those are better examples of like, oh no, I have to fix this, so I'm going to use this fiberglass repair kit. It's not going to be a permanent solution, though.
Figured it would be a tough one. I've heard of these overlap coverings.
Are you talking about like a shower insert, sort of like a bath fitter? Well, that's just one of the names of the companies, but that's actually not a bad idea. Economically, sort of this recovering, this like bath fitter type of company is, much more affordable than a full-scale bathroom renovation. It does decrease the size of the tub like a smidgens just because they're putting that insert over it, but it can be done in a day, as they tell you, and it could be a good opportunity for you to improve the place just a little bit by not spending a ton. And the insert's definitely a great idea, and it would help you with that crack and stop that leaking.
I took a fall.
Oh, no, you fell? Is that how you got the crack?
That's how it happened, and I'm okay, but the crack was there, and it's on the upper slope of the tub, so it's not at the bottom. And I have not had any leakage problem. All
right, well, please be careful getting in and out, whatever you do. The fiberglass trick could be a good trick, the insert could be a good trick, but whatever, just maybe it's time for a grab bar, too. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, Bill, be careful. Good luck with all your projects, okay? And thanks so much for calling us at 888-MONEY-PIT.
I appreciate that.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
The Red Hot Clearance event is on right now at Burlington, and I'm excited for the markdowns. It's all about savings on top of savings throughout the store. This is when I stock up on styles for my closet, home decor, and much more, because there's up to 70% off other retailers' prices on clearance. I mean, I'm going every day because these prices, too hot to miss. Burlington. Deals, brands, wow. Styles and selections may vary by location.
Summer is the perfect time to host your friends and family, but sometimes unwanted visitors come knocking too. The summer heat drives all of those pests indoors. They are searching for food and water. So you want to check the perimeter of your home for gaps and cracks, especially around the windows, the doors, and the utility pipes. You can seal them with caulk or weatherproof foam. Inside, if you've got a pet, keep their food in sealed containers. You want to fix any dripping faucets because those are a major bug magnet. If you want a natural deterrent, you can wipe your counters with vinegar and essential oils like peppermint or lemon. If you can stay one step ahead of those ants, the roaches, the mice, they will decide not to move into your money pit, and they'll find somebody else's place to move on into for the summer. Well, summer is here and your plumbing system is under more pressure than ever, literally. From watering your lawns to taking extra showers, running sprinklers, filling the kiddie pools, water usage just skyrockets this time of year. But if your plumbing isn't in tip-top shape, it could lead to wasted water, rising bills, or even costly damage. So let's dive into some smart water checks to make sure that your plumbing is helping, not hurting your home in the summer. So let's start outside where problems are really easy to overlook. First of all, you want to check your hose bibs and your spigots for leaks. Now, a drip might seem minor, but even 1 drop per second can waste over 3,000 gallons of water per year. So you want to make sure that connection is tight and the rubber washer inside the hose is intact. You can also install a hose timer to control watering schedules and reduce waste. Next, you want to walk around your property and inspect your sprinkler heads. You want to look for broken ones, clogged ones, misaligned heads that are spraying water onto the sidewalk instead of the lawn. Replacing or adjusting them is a very easy DIY fix. And while you're at it, check for wet spots or soggy areas that could indicate an underground leak. Now, we're going to head back inside of the house. And one of the easiest places to save water and money is your toilet. Put a few drops of food coloring into the tank and wait 10 minutes. If that color appears in the bowl and you haven't flushed, you've got a very silent leak. And most of the time, it's simply a worn flapper valve. That's an inexpensive part that you can replace in minutes. Also, you want to take a moment to check under your sinks, around the water heaters, and behind your washing machine for signs of moisture, rust, even warped cabinets. These are red flags for slow leaks, and that can cause hidden damage and mold. And speaking of appliances, summer's a great time to inspect your washing machine hoses, especially if they're more than 5 years old. You should consider upgrading to stainless steel braided hoses, which are much less likely to burst than those standard rubber ones. Bonus points here and major savings, guys. Think about installing low-flow aerators on your faucets and a high-efficiency shower head. These are little changes that can reduce water use without sacrificing pressure and help keep your water bill in check when everyone's showering off all of that summer sunscreen. And here's a pro move. If you don't already know where your water main shutoff valve is, find it now and make sure every person in your household knows too. If you've ever got a pipe burst or a major leak, turning off that water quickly will prevent thousands of dollars in damage. So as summer heats up, make sure your plumbing isn't draining your budget or your patience. A few simple checks and upgrades now can go a long way in keeping your home cool, dry, and water smart all season long. All right, so much to keep our eyes on at home this summer. Jim, let's see who's up next so we can lend a hand.
All right, we're heading out to Nebraska where Ellie's on the line with a window question. How can we help you out today, Ellie?
I'm replacing a window in the lower level of our home, and I was wondering if you had an opinion as to what would be the best material for the window. Vinyl, wood, composite?
Well, what kind of window do you have now? I mean, is it a standard sort of double hung window?
No, it's actually 5 windows in one. It's 9 foot.
Oh, I'm very familiar with an enormous 5-in-1 window that I just replaced in my very own money pit. All right. Let's talk about it here. So you're just replacing the window. It's going in the same exact hole that was there before, correct? So it's a replacement window. It's not a new construction window. It's a replacement. So they're basically going to take all of the measurements and build this window to go exactly in that spot, then reflash and rebuild the whole thing and make it nice and square and sure so that it's not leaking anymore. I truly just went through this. So if you are looking at this new window, and hopefully the contractor or the installer who's coming out to do the measurements will say, here are some options. You want to make sure that the window is Energy Star rated. You want to make sure that the glass is having a low E coating so that it reflects the sunlight back out and it doesn't overheat your home. That's a huge window. I have an idea of what that price tag is. Very much so. I'm not going to say it out loud because I don't ever want to say it out loud ever again. Jeez Louise, expensive, but depending on the house, it's the inside of the house. If you buy wood or vinyl, it's totally up to you. I mean, I have wood on the inside, vinyl on the outside. The most important thing is the certification of the window, the glass coatings, the fabrication of it, and how it's installed to determine if this window is going to last a long time. So I would definitely take a look at how that window is made and what those features are, because you want it to check off all of those lists and then make sure that you have an installer that's doing the job correct and measuring correctly.
We will look for those energy ratings then.
All right. Well, good luck with that. Listen, you can sort of side message me and let me know how much you're paying, Ellie, because I live in New York and I feel like I paid a lot of money for this window. So let's just compare. Leslie at Money Pit, send it over. Come on. Thanks so much for being with us. This is the Money Pit. We are halfway through summer, but is your home still holding up under the heat, the humidity, and heavy use? Coming up, we've got your midsummer maintenance checklist. These quick, proactive projects can help you avoid breakdowns, catch hidden issues, and keep your home running smoothly all season long without the panic of a mid-August surprise repair. So stay right here. I'm Leslie Segretti, host of The Money Pit, with my top tips for home improvements this spring. The only thing worse than a toilet that never stops running is going to fix it and getting the wrong part. The Fluid Master Universal Super Flapper easily converts from a 2-inch to a 3-inch flapper and fits almost every toilet. Stop noise, leaks, and flushing money down the drain. Maximize outdoor living with Trex Rain Escape. This underdeck drainage system keeps rain and moisture out, turning that underdeck area into a dry, livable space for entertaining or storage. It's easy to install on new decks or when you're replacing those deck boards, and lets you run gas and electric lines. Bison Level Up adjustable deck pedestals let you build ground-level floating decks faster and easier. No need for digging or pouring footers, and they install right over concrete slabs or soil. You can build decks up to 12 inches high and compensate for an up to 8% ground slope. For more, follow the Money Pit podcast at moneypit.com/podcast. Ready to upgrade your backyard in minutes? With Ladera Wall Block, installation is a breeze. Imagine a stunning fire pit assembled in less than 5 minutes. It's that easy. Perfect for quick and beautiful outdoor projects, including seat walls, lighting columns, and more. Ladera Wall Block is your go-to choice for a customized look without the hassle. Ladera Wall Block, transforming spaces with ease. To find a retailer near you, project instructions, design inspiration, and more, visit pavestone.com. That's PAVESTONE.com.
With the Venmo debit card, you can Venmo everything. Your favorite band's merch? You can Venmo this. Or their next show? You can Venmo that. Visit Venmo.me/debit to learn more. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. pursuant to license by MasterCard International Incorporated. Card may be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted. Venmo purchase restrictions apply.
The spirit of innovation is deeply ingrained in America, and Google is helping Americans innovate in ways both big and small. Central Texas Regional Mobility Authority is using Google AI to create smarter tolling systems and improve traffic flow for Texans. This is a new era of American innovation. Find out more at g.co/American Innovation.
This summer, easily fill and patch shallow cracks, holes, and pitting in concrete surfaces with Rock Patch. The hardstone compound is cement-free and pre-mixed. There's no dusty, messy mixing. Rock Patch fills surface flaws in concrete and can also be used as a new base for floor paints, decorative coatings, tile, and more. A filler, a leveler, and a resurfacer, award-winning Rock Patch from Deich Coatings comes with free shipping from the Home Depot or DeichCoatings.com. That's Deich, D-A-I-C-H, Coatings.com. Do you have a toilet that's noisy or always running? Well, it's probably your flapper. You can stop wasting all that water and the noise by replacing the toilet flapper. We here at Team Money Pit are big fans of the Super Flapper from Fluidmaster. Its innovative design replaces either a 2-inch or 3-inch flapper and takes just minutes to install, and it's the only flapper you'll need. Start saving money and stop watching your cash get flushed down the toilet. Fix that noisy running toilet today. It's an easy DIY project and it takes just a few minutes. So replace that old worn-out flapper with the Super Flapper and start saving water immediately. Fluidmaster has been the go-to brand for plumbing pros for over 67 years, so you know you are getting a product that's built to last and trusted by the experts. Any questions, you can call them at 800-631-2011 or just visit superflapper.com. That's superflapper.com.
The Money Pit is presented by Quickcrete Fast Setting Concrete Mix in the red bag. Make your next outdoor concrete project fast and easy with Quickcrete's Fast Setting Concrete Mix. Look for it in the red bag.
Making good homes better. This is the Money Pit. Give us a call anytime at 888-MONEY-PIT. Remember, you can search all of your home improvement projects and tips anytime at moneypit.com. If you're looking for a quick project this weekend that can help everyone breathe a bit of fresh air, well, listen to this. Summer heat equals summer funk, especially in the kitchen. So if your garbage disposal smells less than fresh, you can give it a quick, natural clean. You want to start by tossing in a handful of ice cubes and a tablespoon of coarse salt. You want to run it for 30 seconds, and that's going to dislodge all of the gunk and the debris. Then pour in a half a cup of baking soda, followed by a cup of white vinegar. You want to let it fizz for a few minutes before you rinse it with super hot water. Bonus move, you can grind up a few lemon or orange peels and you will have a very clean, citrusy scent. Instant fresh scent, perfect for the summer heat. Well, it's midsummer, and while your home might look like it's cruising along just fine, now is the perfect time to hit pause and run a quick home checkup before the second half of summer gets hot, stormy, or just plain out of control. So let's start at the top with your roof and your gutters. Now, summer storms can knock some shingles loose or fill your gutters with leaves and debris. You want to take a pair of binoculars, take a look out for any missing shingles, lifted flashing, or clogged downspouts. You want to keep those gutters clear. That's key to preventing water damage and foundation issues, especially if we get hit with a big summer downpour, and you know that you will. Now, next up, your cooling system. If your AC has been running nonstop since June, give it a breather by replacing or cleaning your air filters. Dirty filters reduce airflow and force your system to work harder, which not only costs you money, but it shortens its lifespan. And while you're at it, make sure your vents are clear of furniture or curtains and check that the outdoor unit is free from weeds and debris. Now, let's head to your windows and doors. Midsummer heat loves to sneak in through cracks and worn-out weather stripping. So run your hand around frames to feel for hot air and replace any seals that have shrunk or pulled away. A little caulk or new weather stripping can make a really big difference in keeping your cool air inside and your electric bill from climbing. Now, here's one that people tend to forget, your dryer vent. Lint does build up fast in the summer when you're washing beach towels, swimsuits, and all of that extra laundry from those backyard adventures. And clogged dryer vents are a serious fire hazard, and they do reduce the dryer's efficiency. So unplug the dryer, detach the vent, and vacuum it out, or you can use a vent cleaning kit, and you can pick that up at any hardware store. It is a super satisfying chore if you've not done it in a long time. I mean, it's gross. The amount of lint and random sock you may find is awesome, but it's definitely a yucky little chore that you're going to enjoy doing. Now, let's not forget about your deck or your patio. If it's looking a bit faded or rough to the touch, you can give it a quick clean and apply a fresh coat of sealer to protect it from UV damage and rain. Midsummer is kind of that sweet spot. Drier weather, warmer temps, plenty of time left to still enjoy it. And again, before you apply any fresh sealer, stain, paint, whatever to an exterior surface that you've just washed, let it dry very, very well before you apply that finish. Last but not least, check your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. Summer is not just grilling season, it's also prime time for running fans, using extension cords, spending more time in the kitchen. Test those detectors, swap the batteries, make sure everything is in working order. Taking a little time now to check those things off of your list can save you major headaches and repairs when late summer and early fall start to roll in. So think of it as a home tune-up that keeps everything running smoothly while you enjoy the rest of the season. Lots of things, and some of them you can take care of this weekend, guys, so get at it. But Jim, let's get back to the phones.
Richard in Tennessee is on the line. He has an interesting question, Leslie. It's involving an antique soda machine. I got to hear about this. What's up, Richard?
Well, I bought an antique soda machine that actually worked, and when you put the old quarter in and slide the bottle out, but I took it and put it in the garage, plugged it in, and as soon as the compressor kicked on, it tripped the GFCI breaker, or the GFCI circuit on the plug. So I reset it, and it wouldn't stay reset.
Yeah, you know, Richard, that's interesting. And I think what was happening with your outlet is exactly what's supposed to be happening, because refrigerators are not supposed to be put on a GFCI outlet. They just draw too much power in their initial startup, so they're going to trip that circuit every single time, which is why you're seeing it trip and stay off. And then you do it again and it trips and stays off. So it's doing its job correctly. You do just have to put it in an area that has a correct outlet for that. Now, the reason those outlets are ground protected, especially in the garage, is that because the garage could be a wet location. So you want to make sure you have that ground fault protection because of the moisture. I mean, you could have dedicated service, a dedicated outlet for that machine in the garage. I would have an electrician put that in for you, because you don't want to just disconnect that ground fault circuit line, that outlet, because it could be connected to other outlets or other things that you're not exactly seeing in that moment, and you don't want to remove that from that. So I would get a pro out, put a dedicated outlet in just for that machine, and then that problem should go away. And by the way, that sounds really awesome.
Doesn't it?
Like, I want to hear more about the soda machine.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, good luck with that project, and enjoy all of those tasty Coca-Colas.
Mm-hmm.
here we are jumping into the email bag, and Jim's got a good one coming up. So who's up first, Jim?
I do. We've got Buck first up, and he wrote into Team Money Pit, and he says, I'm thinking about adding vinyl siding to my summer home in New England. Some contractors say that the wood shingles have to come off, but others are saying that the shingles must stay on. Now, who's right on this?
I mean, it's kind of an excellent question because there are two ways to install vinyl siding. You could do it over the old siding, or you could remove the old siding and go right to the sheathing. Now, I think the best way to do this is to take off the old siding. You put a new weather barrier on, like a Tyvek paper across that old sheathing, and then you add that vinyl siding on top of that. And the reason I say this is because if you put vinyl siding on top of the original siding, when it comes to the windows and the doors, they're going to kind of be set in from the surface of the vinyl, and it's not going to quite look right. I mean, it's going to still look good overall, but these are some details that, you know, you might just think don't look exactly right. And I've seen it done both ways. But the real important thing about vinyl, though, is that it's installed correctly and by somebody who understands how to work with the product. So when you see vinyl siding and you flip it over, you're going to notice that there are like these pre-punched holes in it. And they're not round holes. They're kind of like slots. And they're slots for a reason, because vinyl siding has a tendency to kind of expand and contract much more than any other type of siding. So if you put the siding on too tight, like typically we're used to nailing things in where you're like, oh, good, I got it. It's really in there. But with siding, you kind of have to not put the nail all the way in. It kind of just has to hang on that slot so that it has room to move as it expands and it contracts. Because if it doesn't have the space to move,
Warp City.
Yeah, it's going to look wavy and buckled and just terrible because it's expanding and it's got nowhere to go. And you can see this, like go up to another house with vinyl siding. Well, hopefully somebody you know and not just some stranger's house that you're like, let me check this out. And just try to slide a piece of the vinyl siding. And you should see that it has a little bit of back and forth play. And that really tells you that it's been installed correctly. I just think it's best to take everything off and start from there. The other thing I'm asking is, why do you want to do vinyl siding, Buck? A summer home in New England with beautiful wood shingles? That sounds lovely. But a summer home in New England with vinyl siding, that also sounds lovely. So we'll expect our invite for lobster rolls sometime soon. And good luck with that. I really think it's a great project and you're going to enjoy the heck out of that house.
I agree. Now, we've got Frank in Kentucky who says, I have hardwood floors with an area rug, and my living room, a friend's cat visited a few months back, and we're just realizing that it went on the rug. Yay. There's a blackish stain on the wood. Ugh. Can I remove that without stripping the floor?
Oh, the answer is it depends. I mean, it seems like that wood was saturated with the accident through the rug and now it's discolored and it could be having a chemical reaction. And I would try to like lightly sand that area and maybe put like another finish on top of that area just to kind of lock in that yucky smell, if it is a yucky smell. And then you could always go with another area rug to cover up that discoloration. But the goal here is to make sure that that odor is contained if there is an odor. And I would start with that. Get rid of the first rug, sand it, seal it, start over with a new rug. Well, we've had a great time with you guys this hour. I apologize for getting off on a kind of a deep start, but it's been a week. I was telling Jim, lots of things going on at home. Work is stressful. Summer was hot. So I was feeling the feels, you know, and that's totally okay. And of course, having to climb over the refrigerator didn't really help keep me in an excellent mindset.
Well, at least you got a good outlook, Leslie.
Dude, I tell you. But that's what we're all here for, guys. We're here to help each other have the best homes that we can and really just enjoy the heck out of our families and our money pits. So whatever you guys need, remember, we are a team. You guys, you can do it yourself, but you don't have to do it alone. See you next time on The Money Pit.
On the Money Pit Radio Show. On the Money Pit Radio Show. Pick up the telephone, fix up your home sweet home by calling 888-MONEY-PIT.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.